Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news making headlines today. President Lee Jae-myung has begun his first trip to Europe since taking office, aiming to deepen ties with the European Union and key partners across the continent. His first stop is Belgium, which has had the 125 years of diplomatic relations with Korea as of this year. After meeting with members of the Korean community on Tuesday, Lee is scheduled to hold talks with Belgian Prime Minister Bart de Wever in Brussels on Wednesday morning. In the afternoon, Lee is set to meet European Council President Antonio Costa and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. After Belgium, Lee will travel to Italy, the Vatican, and France. South Korea's first quarter economic growth came in even stronger than initially estimated, expanding at its fastest pace in over 5 years. According to the Bank of Korea on Tuesday, real GDP grew 1.8% from the previous quarter. This represents a 0.1 percentage point upward revision from earlier estimates, reflecting updated data on facility investment and private consumption. The economy expanded 3.8% year-on-year. The stronger-than-expected performance was driven by robust exports and solid domestic demand. Exports surged 5.9%, backed by global demand for semiconductors, machinery, and automobiles. Facility investments saw their sharpest increase in 4 years, jumping 6.6%. Following a rapid escalation of hostilities in recent days, Iran and Israel have announced a pause in their military operations against each other. That followed a post from U.S. President Donald Trump on Truth Social on Monday, in which he said both sides are looking to do an immediate ceasefire. Iran's Islamic Revolution Guard Corps announced the end of missile attacks on Israel on Monday but did warn of harsher attacks if strikes against Lebanon continue. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also confirmed a cessation of attacks, adding Israel would respond with force if Iran attacks again. Foreign visitor spending linked to Korean cultural activities reached a record high in April. According to the Korea Tourism Organization's Visit Korea Data Lab, Korean culture consumption totaled 1.328 trillion won, or approximately $873 million in April, up nearly 22% from the previous month and more than 54% from the year before. Culture consumption, or global Hallyu consumption, tracks spending by foreign visitors on activities including concerts, shopping, beauty, fashion, and cultural experiences. The surge follows boy band BTS's Gwanghwamun comeback concert in March, when spending topped 1 trillion won for the first time, and climbed even higher in April as the band's world tour launched in Goyang. A major overseas exhibition featuring cultural treasures donated by the late Samsung chairman, Kun-hee, will open in London this fall. The British Museum announced it will host the exhibition titled Korea, from October 1st through January 31st, showcasing more than 2,000 years of Korean art and culture. The exhibition will feature national treasures and other key works from the National Museum of Korea, the National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art, and the British Museum's own collection. It will be the museum's first major Korean exhibition in 42 years, and the third overseas touring exhibition centered on works donated by Kun-hee, following previous stops in Washington and Chicago. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.